Multiple choice questions on strength of materials, part 6. This is the syllabus for GATE and other competitive exams. Let us see the question number 41. Which of the following statements is correct regarding Hooke's law? Statement 1. In this, a material is loaded within elastic limit. Statement 2. The stress is proportional to the strain. Let us see the options. Option A, only 1. Option B, only 2. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Let us see the explanation. Hooke's law states that the strain of the material is proportional to the applied stress within the elastic limit of that material. When the elastic materials are stretched, the atoms and molecules deform until stress is applied, and when the stress is removed, they return to their initial state. So the correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2 statements. Question number 42. According to theory of bending, the bending stress is in any layer is option A 0, option B directly proportional to the distance of the layer from the neutral axis, option C inversely proportional to the distance of the layer from the neutral axis, option D maximum. The correct answer is option B, directly proportional to the distance of the layer from the neutral axis. Let us see the explanation. According to theory of bending, the bending stress in any layer is directly proportional to the distance of the layer from the neutral axis. You can also see the given figures. Normal and shear stress distribution in a rectangular beam. This is the normal stress, this is the shear stress. So the correct answer is option B, that is according to theory of bending, the bending stress in any layer is directly proportional to the distance of the layer from the neutral axis. Question number 43. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Poisson's ratio? Statement 1. For a given material, the ratio of lateral strain to the longitudinal strain is a constant when the material is stressed within the elastic limit. Statement 2. Lateral strain is opposite in sign to longitudinal strain. Statement 3. The value of Poisson's ratio varies from 1 to 2. Option A only 1 and 2, option B only 2 and 3, option C only 1 and 3, option D 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A only 1 and 2. Let us see the explanation. It is a measure of the ratio of lateral strain to longitudinal strain for a material under stress. In simpler terms, it describes how a material deforms when it is stretched or compressed. It is typically denoted by the Greek letter nu and is calculated as the negative ratio of transverse strain. That means strain perpendicular to the applied force to longitudinal strain, that is strain parallel to the applied force within the elastic limit of the material. Poisson ratio values range between -1 and 0.5 for most common materials. So the correct answer is statement 1 and 2 is correct. Question number 44. In terms of Poisson's ratio mu, the ratio of Young's modulus E to shear modulus G of elastic materials is. This question came in GATE 2004. Option A 2 into 1 plus mu, option B 2 into 1 minus mu, option C 1 by 2 into 1 plus mu, option D 1 by 2 into 1 minus mu. The correct answer is option A, 2 into 1 plus mu. Let us see the explanation. We know that relation between E, G and mu is given by E equal to 2G into 1 plus mu, where E is the Young's modulus, G is the shear modulus, mu is the Poisson ratio. So you can also write E by G equal to 2 into 1 plus mu. So the correct answer is option A. Question number 45. The stress at which the extension of the material takes place more quickly as compared to the increase in load is called. Option A, elastic limit. Option B, yield point. Option C, ultimate point. Option D, breaking point. The correct answer is option B, yield point. Let us see the explanation. You can see this graph. This is the stress strain curve for ductile material. O to A, proportional limit, that means stress is directly proportional to strain. A is the elastic limit, B is the yield stress point or upper yield stress point, C is the lower yield stress point, D is the ultimate stress point, E is the breaking or rupture point. The stress at which the extension of a material takes place more quickly compared to the increase in load is called the yield point. Beyond this critical stress, the material enters the plastic deformation phase, meaning it will no longer return to its original length when the load is removed. So the correct answer is option B, yield point. Question number 46. The slope of the stress strain curve in the elastic deformation region is dash. Option A, elastic modulus. Option B, plastic modulus. Option C, Poisson's ratio. Option D, none of the mentioned. The correct answer is option A, elastic modulus. Let us see the explanation. The elastic modulus is the ratio of stress and strain. So on the stress strain curve, it is the slope. So the correct answer is option A, elastic modulus. Question number 47. What is the stress strain curve? Option A, it is the percentage of stress and strain. Option B, it is the relationship between stress and strain. Option C, it is the difference between stress and strain. Option D, none of the mentioned. The correct answer is option B, it is the relationship between stress and strain. Already we seen the graph in the previous slides. Let us see the explanation. The relationship between stress and strain on a graph is the stress strain curve. It represents the change in stress with change in strain. So the correct answer is option B. Stress strain curve is the relationship between stress and strain. Question number 48. Where is the necking region? Option A, the area between lower yield point and upper yield point. Option B, the area between the plastic limit and elastic limit. Option C, the area between ultimate point and initial point. Option D, the area between ultimate point and rupture. The correct answer is option D, the area between ultimate point and rupture. Let us see the explanation. From the stress strain curve for ductile material, necking is a tensile strain deformation which is caused in after the ultimate amount of stress occurs in the material. So the correct answer is option D, the area between the ultimate point and rupture. Question number 49. Elastic limit is the point dash. Option A, up to which stress is proportional to strain. Option B, at which elongation takes place without application of additional load. Option C, up to which if the load is removed, virginal volume and shapes are regained. Option D, none of the mentioned. The correct answer is option D, none of the mentioned. Let us see the explanation. The elastic limit is that limit up to which any material behaves like an elastic material. Question number 50. Which point on the stress strain curve occurs after the ultimate point? Option A, last point. Option B, breaking point. Option C, elastic limit. Option D, material limit. The correct answer is option B, breaking point. Let us see the explanation. After the ultimate point, the value of stress will reduce on increasing of strain and ultimately the material will break. So the correct answer is option B, breaking point. In the next video lecture, we will discuss few more MCQ questions on strength of materials. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe my channel for more updates.